In Jersey City, Public Safety Director Shea, as well as the Public Safety Advisory Board, discussed the ongoing gun violence in the city that has taken the lives of several young men in recent weeks. On the topic of the diversity of the police force, Shea said that the last 3 recruitment classes were 97% minorities, if women are counted as a minority.
Our last 2 police classes, and including our 3rd one, we are now, if you count women as minorities, which are not minorities in this country, but they're minorities in policing, so we want to get more women in. You count women as minorities, our last class was 97% minority applicants, the last class. The one before it was over 90%. We are still lagging in African American males. That's the part of the city where we're still lagging in, like what percentage live in the city, what percentage is on the police department. You're never going to get an exact match.
He later explained that a new initiative the department is taking on is a phone app that would allow private citizens to report public safety issues as they're happening.
And what we're planning on doing is having in each district a police car and a parking car, each tour, 24/7, in the district that responds to these conditions as they are located by concerned citizens. So if a citizen sees a car parked on a corner that would block a fire truck, they can either take a picture or just type in. It's here right now, on this corner right now. And then live, we will have a record that it was typed in at this time, that it was given to the police officer at this time, that the police officer responded and handled it, and you'll get a call back about it.
When it was time to discuss violent crime, Shea said that gun violence is now typically starting and ending in Jersey City as opposed to previous years.
They all inevitably are from here and are arrested. I'll put it to you this way. The people we arrest with firearms and the victims of gun violence are usually the same people, and they are usually either arrested or shot within sight of the house they grew up in. Within a block of the house they grew up in. By someone they know. So the victim and the perpetrator are always known to each other, or they're from groups that are known to each other that don't like each other, quote unquote. And the final sad part about our gun violence, and we'll talk about what we're trying to do about it is for little or no reason. It's not a fight over a drug corner that's worth $100,000. It's not, it is usually for little or no reason, and as little as a slight on social media.
A representative from Progressive Leadership Opportunities for Tomorrow, better known as PLOT, said gang culture in Jersey City is a serious issue that should not be overlooked.
The Jersey City kids, I know a lot of them from different areas, Bloods, Crips, Latin Kings, uptown, downtown. That Chicago mentality really rubbed off on them. You have that Chicago gang style, you understand? They don't even play no more. They shooting everything in the head. That's what it is. I'm shooting in the head. So it's deeper than just Facebook. Yes, they're telling on themselves on Facebook, but it's deeper than Facebook. It's really a gang problem, and the parents have got to come together with these kids while they're young. Thank you.
Thank you. I agree. The parents, I think, that ties into all the initiatives that the board members are trying to do with the getting the kids younger, to getting the churches involved, getting the parents. I agree with you 100%.
Additionally, local blogger Bruce Alston questioned Shea on how bail reform could have saved the life of DaJour Riley, a 19-year-old city resident who was gunned down last month.
That young man is well known to me. He had been arrested twice before carrying firearms. He had been released each time. He was arrested for a shooting last year. He was released, and we arrested him 2 months earlier with that record, carrying a loaded gun out on the street. And because I don't call it bail reform and criminal justice reform, a lot of it's good, and I think the mayor said that, but one mistake that I think they made is when they did the criminal justice reform, they classified the carrying of a loaded illegal gun in public as a nonviolent crime. At some point, he might have been better off if society as a whole took those gun arrests more seriously and said, you are heading, there's only one way for this to end. And we might be doing you a favor by putting you in jail for this gun, where you have a chance to change your life, go to school. I know there's not enough opportunities there. I'm not getting into that now. But what happened was inevitable and pretty predictable.
After another resident encouraged Shea to go after the hotspots that are supplying guns, board member Pamela Johnson said there needs to be an internal measure to figure out why someone like Riley is gunned down.
That 18 arrest, 19 years old, I want us to really know that's a problem. It's a bigger problem that he came home and was killed, but why? Why did he feel a need to have a gun why was he arrested with a gun on him every time? So there has to be an internal measure that figures out what's going on in that young man's life, so when he comes home one day, because had he not came home that same day or the next day, he would eventually came home, and he probably would have eventually been killed. but why?
I'm John Heides with the Hudson County View, the eye of the community.